You think you would know if someone was manipulating you. You think you are too smart, too self-aware, too careful. That is exactly what they are counting on. The truth? The best manipulators are not the ones you suspect. They are the ones you trust, the ones you defend, the ones who make you feel special, seen, understood. And while you are basking in that warmth, they are building a cage around you so slowly that you never feel the bars closing in. Here is the brutal reality. You are already being manipulated. At work, in your relationships, maybe even by someone you call a friend. The only question is whether you are aware enough to see it. This is not a video about becoming paranoid. This is a video about becoming sovereign. Because if you cannot see the strings, you are the puppet. There is one sentence, 6 words, that will expose any manipulator instantly. I will give it to you at the end. But first, you need to understand why it works. Let's begin. You have been trained to look for the wrong signs. Movies taught you that manipulators are cold, sinister. They monologue about their evil plans. They cackle in the shadows. Reality is different. Real manipulators smile. They compliment you. They make you feel like the most important person in the room. They cry on your shoulder. They tell you secrets. They make you feel needed. Here is what they will never tell you. The person who makes you feel the best at the beginning will make you feel the worst at the end. Why? Because that initial high is not real. It is bait. Think of it like a drug dealer. The first hit is always free. Pure euphoria. You feel connected, alive, seen for the first time in years. You think, finally, someone who gets me. But that feeling? It is manufactured, calculated, designed to make you dependent. And once you are hooked, the price goes up. The manipulator does not need to be smarter than you. They just need to understand one simple truth. People do not protect themselves from things that feel good. You would never let a stranger insult you, but you will let someone who loves you destroy your self-esteem over years. You would never give your money to a con artist, but you will give your time, energy, and dignity to someone who makes you feel special. The cage does not feel like a cage when it is lined with velvet. Let's dissect the operation. Every manipulator follows the same blueprint, 5 phases, each one designed to tighten control without you noticing. They become your reflection. You like hiking? They love hiking. You had a difficult childhood? They had a difficult childhood. You believe in loyalty? Loyalty is their highest value. This is not coincidence. This is strategy. Manipulators are expert chameleons. They study you. They listen for your wounds, your desires, your unspoken needs. Then they become exactly what you have been searching for. Why does this work? Because humans are narcissistic. We fall in love with people who remind us of ourselves. When someone mirrors you perfectly, it feels like fate, like cosmic alignment. It is not fate, it is fieldwork. The office example. A new coworker takes interest in your project. They praise your ideas. They say things like, "You are the only one here who actually gets it." They position themselves as your ally against the incompetent masses. You feel validated. Finally, someone who sees your value. What you do not see. They are cataloging your vulnerabilities, your need for recognition, your frustration with your boss, your insecurities about being overlooked. They are building a dossier, and soon they will use it. Now they start giving. Small favors, thoughtful gestures. They remember your coffee order. They cover for you when you are late. They listen to you vent for hours. You feel grateful. You think, this person really cares about me. But here is what is actually happening. They are building a ledger of invisible debts. Humans have a deep psychological need to reciprocate. When someone gives to you, you feel obligated to give back. This is not conscious. This is wired into your brain. The manipulator knows this. So they give and give and give, not because they are generous, but because they are investing. Every favor is a deposit into an account they plan to drain later. And when they finally ask for something big, something uncomfortable, something that violates your boundaries, you cannot say no. Why? Because you owe them. They have done so much for you. Saying no feels like betrayal. This is the trap. They turn your gratitude into guilt, and guilt is the currency of control. Next, they start cutting you off from reality, subtly at first. Your friend Sarah does not really understand you. Your family is too judgmental. People are just jealous of what we have. They plant seeds of doubt about everyone in your life who might challenge their narrative. Then they position themselves as your only true ally, the only one who gets you, the only one you can trust. This is not love. This is encirclement. Why do they need to isolate you? Because other people are mirrors. They reflect reality back to you. They say things like, "Hey, I have noticed you have been different since you started dating him." Or, "That boss of yours is taking advantage of you." Manipulators cannot afford those reality checks, so they cut the wires. The romantic relationship example. He says your friends are toxic or jealous. He sulks when you make plans without him. He creates drama every time you try to maintain outside connections. Eventually, it is just easier to stop seeing other people. And now you are alone. Alone with someone who is rewriting your reality. Now comes the mind game. Gaslighting is not just lying. It is making you doubt your own perception of reality. They said something cruel. You confront them. They look confused. "I never said that. You are remembering it wrong." They promised to show up. They did not. You are hurt. They sigh. "You are being too sensitive. I told you I might be late." They flirt with someone else right in front of you. You feel disrespected. They laugh. "You are being paranoid. We were just talking." Over time, you stop trusting yourself. You think, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did misremember. Maybe I am the problem. This is the goal. When you cannot trust your own mind, you have to rely on theirs. And now they control the narrative. They control reality itself. Here is the cruelest trick. After all the manipulation, after all the gaslighting, after all the control, they give you a glimpse of the person you met at the beginning. They are sweet again, attentive, kind. They apologize. They promise to change. They make you feel special again. And you think, "See, I knew the real them was still in there." This is not redemption. This is intermittent reinforcement. Psychologists know this principle well. It is the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Random rewards are more powerful than consistent rewards. If a slot machine paid out every time, you would get bored. But if it pays out sometimes, unpredictably, you will pull that lever until you are broke. The manipulator is the slot machine, and you are pulling the lever, chasing that high you felt at the beginning. This hot and cold cycle is not a bug. It is a feature. It keeps you hooked, keeps you hoping, keeps you trying to earn the good version of them back. You become addicted to your own cage. Most people think they can spot a liar. They look for tells, shifty eyes, nervous hands, hesitation. But here is what they miss. The best liars believe their own lies. Manipulators are not Pinocchio. They do not have a guilty conscience chirping at them. They have rewritten the story in their own mind. They are the hero. You are the villain. Everything they do is justified. This is why confronting them does not work. You think if you just explain how they hurt you, they will see it. They will apologize. They will change. They will not. Because in their narrative, they are the victim. You are the aggressor. They are defending themselves. This is the trap. You keep trying to reach their conscience, but they do not have one, at least not one that includes you. So how do you fight someone who believes their own lies? You stop fighting. You start testing. You cannot change a manipulator. but you can identify them. And once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. Here are 3 tests. Simple, surgical, impossible to fake. Test 1. The boundary test. Set a boundary, any boundary, something small. I need to leave by 9 p.m. tonight. I cannot lend you money right now. I need some time to myself this weekend. Now, watch what happens. A healthy person will respect it. Maybe they will be disappointed, but they will accept it. A manipulator will do one of 3 things. Guilt trip. I thought you cared about me. I guess I was wrong. Invalidate. You are being ridiculous. It is not a big deal. Punish. Cold shoulder, silent treatment, passive-aggressive retaliation. The boundary is not the point. The point is seeing whether they respect your right to have one. If saying no causes a crisis, you are not in a relationship. You are in a hostage situation. Test 2. The consistency check. Words are cheap. Actions are currency. Manipulators are master salesmen. They will say anything to keep you hooked. I will change. I am sorry. You mean everything to me. Ignore the words. Track the behavior. Do their actions match their promises over time? Not for a day, not for a week, over months. The workplace example. Your boss says, you are invaluable to this company. But when promotion season comes, your name is not on the list. Again, that is not an oversight. That is a pattern. If someone's actions consistently contradict their words, believe the actions. People lie with their mouths. They tell the truth with their choices. Test 3. The mirror withdrawal. This is the nuclear option, and it is devastatingly effective. Manipulators need something from you: attention, validation, emotional labor, status, money, supply. Stop giving it. Do not announce it. Do not make a speech. Just become boring, gray, unreactive. They tell a story. You nod. They fish for compliments. You give a neutral response. That's nice. They create drama. You do not engage. I have to go. Talk later. What happens next will tell you everything. A genuine person will notice something is off. They will ask if you are okay. They will try to reconnect. A manipulator will escalate. They will poke harder, create bigger crises, try to provoke a reaction. And if that does not work, they will move on, because you are no longer useful. This is the most important test, because it reveals the truth. They never cared about you. They cared about what you gave them. You are about to learn the one sentence that manipulators cannot handle. But be warned, once you use this, there is no going back. Here it is. That does not work for me. 6 words, no explanation, no justification, no apology. Can you cover my shift? That does not work for me. Why are you being distant? That does not work for me. You owe me after everything I have done. That does not work for me. Why is this so effective? Because manipulators operate on negotiation. They need you to defend your position. Once you defend, they can attack. They can guilt. They can argue. They can wear you down. But that does not work for me is a wall. It is not a debate. It is a statement of reality. And watch what happens. A manipulator will lose their mind. They will demand explanations. They will accuse you of being cold, selfish, cruel. They will rage or sulk or threaten, because you just took away their primary weapon, your need to justify yourself. A healthy person will accept it. They might be disappointed, but they will respect it. A manipulator will see it as war, and that reaction, that fury at your refusal to explain yourself, that is your answer. Sometimes you cannot leave. The manipulator is your boss, your coworker, your family member. You are stuck. So you need a different strategy. You need to become what is called a gray rock. Control what they know. Manipulators weaponize information. Every personal detail you share is ammunition. So become boring, vague, unremarkable. They ask about your weekend. It was fine, just relaxed. They probe for gossip. I have not really heard anything. They fish for your opinion. I have not thought much about it. You are not lying. You are just not giving them material. Think of it like a spy operation. Need to know basis only. They do not need to know. Never let them see what moves you. Manipulators study emotional reactions like scientists study lab rats. They poke until they find what hurts. Then they poke that spot forever. So become unreadable. They insult you. You nod. Interesting perspective. They bait you into an argument. You stay calm. I will think about that. They try to provoke jealousy. You are indifferent. Good for them. This is not about suppressing your emotions. This is about not performing them for an audience that will use them against you. Feel everything. Show nothing. At least, not to them. When you finally leave, and you should leave, do it smart. Do not give a dramatic speech. Do not explain yourself. Do not try to win the final argument. Manipulators see the breakup as another battleground. They will guilt, bargain, threaten, promise change. Your job is to refuse the game. Keep it simple. Keep it final. This is not working for me. I am moving on. And then, this is crucial, block every avenue of contact. Phone, email, social media, mutual friends, all of it. Because manipulators are like water. They will find any crack to seep back through. You are not being cruel. You are being strategic. A clean break is the only break. Let's be clear about what this is. This is not about becoming paranoid. This is not about trusting no one. This is not about building walls so high that no one can reach you. This is about becoming sovereign. Sovereignty means you control your borders. You decide who gets access to your time, your energy, your inner world. Manipulators thrive in chaos, in blurred boundaries, in people who cannot say no. You need to become the opposite. Clear, boundaried, unmoved by guilt. Here is the strategic application. Run the tests. Boundary, consistency, mirror withdrawal. Do this with everyone, not because you are suspicious, but because you are discerning. Trust patterns, not promises. Anyone can say the right words. Few people can back them up with months of consistent action. Protect your information. The less ammunition you give, the less they can fire. Master the gray rock. When you cannot leave, become uninteresting. Use the 6 words. That does not work for me. No explanation, no apology, just reality. And here is the final, coldest truth. You cannot save them. You can only save yourself. You will be tempted. You will think, if I just love them enough, they will change. You will think, I can fix this. You cannot. Manipulators do not change because you love them better. They change when staying the same stops working. And even then, they usually just find a new victim. Your job is not to fix broken people. Your job is to not be destroyed by them. The world is full of people who will use you as a ladder. They will smile while they step on your back. They will thank you while they take. They will call it love while they drain you. Your job is not to be angry about this. Anger is exhausting. Anger keeps you attached. Your job is to never be the latter. Recognize the pattern. Run the tests. Enforce your boundaries. And when someone shows you who they are, when they rage at your no, when their actions betray their words, when they cannot handle you withdrawing supply, believe them. The first time. Because the world does not care about your feelings. It only cares about your results. And the result you need is this: a life where you are never again someone's puppet. Now go. The strings are visible. Cut them.